dedicated to sharing you the spiritual wisdom and human warmth found in the world from our author Xuemo's work. Okay, so if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel and stay with us. We go live different times every day, bringing you fun stories, inspiring talks, and good vibes. This is a space full of warmth, positivity, and love. So may you set a comment right here and give us a like and drop a comment below. If you have any questions, just send me the message and start the conversations, okay? And let's spend a wonderful time together right here. So let's talk about that. Today I'm going to share you the book written by Chinese author Xuemo. Mr. Xuemo is one of the most prolific and inspiring authors from Western China, and his story bridges Eastern wisdom and universal human emotions, offering the world deep insight and timeless inspiration. So if you love meaningful Chinese stories, okay, just feel free to follow our channel, yeah? So this channel is dedicated to sharing you the spiritual wisdom and human warmth found in the words of Chinese author Xuemo. So no matter where you are joined from, I hope you can feel a sense of peace, inspiration, and connection in this little corner of internet. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the book written by our author Xuemo. Okay. Sorry. The book Selected Story by Xuemo. Okay, the narrator is Nikki Harmon. Selected Story by Xuemo is a collection story set on the Zero China. Okay, exploring love, faith, life, and death. The first three stories depict the life and the relationship of the outsider in the rural villages, and offering a contemporary perspective on the impact of the rumor, pain, and suffering. The final novella was a survival story of two young women journeying through the desert, accompanied by camel and dogs. These tales are the bridge to the novel of the author Xuemo. Mr. Xuemo's writing is deeply influenced by his native roots in Gansu province and capture the essence of traditional Chinese culture. So Mr. Xuemo is known as a spiritual writer. Those works present an alternative lifestyle for people today. Mr. Xuemo, his distinguished style combines hallucinatory realism and with the depiction of the harsh reality of the rural life in Western China and the inner world of Chinese people. Mr. Xuemo's work enjoyed extensive media coverages and critical acclaim in China, and it is considered a quintessential example of the literature from Western China. Selected Story by Xuemo has been translated into more than 20 languages, and this English version is translated by psychologist Nikki Harmon from Great Britain. The Guardian newspaper published one story, Old Man Xinjiang, in their 5 top short stories from contemporary China collection. So this book, if you want to know about the ancient Zero China, okay, so you can take a copy of this book for reading, Selected Story by Xuemo, okay? And this book, there are 4 short stories from about the Western China. The first one, Old Man Xinjiang, and the second one, Beauty, and the third one is the crunching of the broad beans at the dead of night, and the last one, the woman, the camel, and the dogs. Okay, so before we go into one of the most touching story, before we dive into one of the most touching story by Xuemo, Old Man Xinjiang. Okay, the Old Man Xinjiang is from our author Xuemo's collection story, Selected Story by Xuemo. And this book gathers several of Mr. Xuemo's most powerful texts. Stories set on the Zero China, exploring themes of faith, love, fate, and redemption. The first story, I'm going to show you a video about this Old Man Xinjiang because old man Xinjiang has been get into the, how to say that? Get in the TV series. I'm going to show you some video about the TV series of old man Xinjiang. Okay, just wait a minute. Okay, old man Xinjiang. Let's see. Can you see that? Old man Xinjiang. Okay. And this TV series was paid by our author reader.
好，来看这里，3、2、1。
Okay, and another story, and another one. Okay, so I'm going to show you the videos later. Okay, Old Man Xinjiang was the first story. Old Man Xinjiang is simple yet deeply moving, and it tells an old man living alone in a small villages in Western China, a name without a name, without wealth, but full of quiet dignities. And Old Man Xinjiang has weathered the storm of life, just like the desert wind, that shaped his land and his soul. And Old Man Xinjiang's story begins with tragedy. The day after his wedding, he was seized by soldiers and forced into war. He never ever saw his bride's face clearly. Many years later, okay. So now I'm going to showing you Old Man Xinjiang was seized by soldier during the wedding day, okay. And then Old Man Xinjiang's wife are searching for Old Man Xinjiang, the video, okay. Can you see that? Okay, and many years later, so that is the scenes about Old Man Xinjiang was seized by soldier, okay, and forced into the war the day after his wedding, and his wife are looking for Old Man Xinjiang, and many years later, when Old Man Xinjiang finally escaped and returned home, he found that his wife has been sold to another man. So now I'm going to show you the video of the TV series, and Old Man Xinjiang just escape from the army and come back to his hometown through the desert. So that's the video that Old Man Xinjiang finally escaped and returned home, and he found that his wife has been sold to another man. But instead of anger or hatred, he chose acceptance. He endured humiliation, ridicule, and loneliness, yet still cared deeply for the woman who once was his, now the wife of someone else. Old Man Xinjiang owes almost nothing: 2 meals a day, 2 sets of clothes a year, and a few old tools that have served him for decades. Yeah. His life was dry bare, yet within the simplicity lies a profound peace at dusk after eating his humble meals of yam or white grains. Old man Xinjiang placed a small stool outside his door, and he looked at the moon, talked softly to his little dog, and let the night embrace him. That quiet moment, small, human, scared, is when he feels most alive. Old man Xinjiang forgot the hunger, pain, and even himself. Beneath his poverty, the reader sensed something pure, a freedom untouched by fate. Old man Xinjiang has lost everything. He has lost everything, yet Old man Xinjiang owes one thing that no one can take, a tranquil heart. But that's but that serenity is not born of escape. It comes from the responsibility. Though poor and frail, Old man Xinjiang lived with dignity. He was a man of integrity and courage. He was a man of integrity and courage. Okay. So hi Peter, nice to meet you. Okay, welcome to our live stream. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. So okay, let's continue to talk about that. Okay, thou poor and frail, Old man Xinjiang lived with dignity. He is a man of integrity and courage, a true son, of the western land of China. Okay, so when Old man Xinjiang's wife remarried after years of his disappearance, Old man Xinjiang felt not anger, only relief that she was safe and living well. From then on, Old man Xinjiang devoted his meager earning to take care of her from afar, giving her the few coins he made each day, content just to see her face across the street. Yeah, Old man Xinjiang is an elderly man who spent his entire life in guiding love without regret and without complaint. So the selected story by Xuemo and the first story, Old man Xinjiang. Okay, Old man Xinjiang was posted online by Guardian newspaper in 2012, entitled as one of China's 5 top short story. Okay, so for many readers, this story feels universal. Okay, it's not just about China. It's about us. It's about aging, loneliness, and the strength it takes to face the passing of time with the grace. So, if you ever look at your parents or your grandparents and wonder what they carry inside, this story will speak directly to your heart. Mr. Xuemo, the writer Xuemo, writes in a simple, almost poetic style, and every lie feels honest, and every silence feels scared. Reading Old man Xinjiang, it is like sitting quietly beside an old friend, listening to the desert wind and remember what truly matters in our life. For Western reader, Old man Xinjiang is more than a glimpse into rural China. It is a meditation on resilience, acceptance, and the quiet nobility of endurance. And it invites us to reconsider what it means to live well, to forgive, and to find the beauty in simplicity. In just a few pages, Mr. Xuemo revealed what many novels take a lifetime to say it, that even in the humblest life, the human spirit can shine with quiet light. And through this story, we come to truly understand that love, what loves mean in our daily life. We often say, I love you, I love my family, or I love others. But this old man Xinjiang showed us that the real love is giving. The real love is giving silently, giving seriously, and without asking anything in return. The true love is wishing happiness, health, and the peace for the one we care about. Even if we can no longer hold them close too often, our modern idea of love is perceptive and transactional. So, but to experience true love, one must read this book, Selected Story by Xuemo, the first story, Omen Xinjiang. For only through Omen Xinjiang can we bring to understand love that is asking for nothing, just gives everything. Hi viewer, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you so much for more updates and for more wisdom books. Selected Story by Xuemo has been translated into more than 20 languages. And this English version was translated by psychologist Nikki Harman from Great Britain. Nikki Harman said, I'm very honored to have the opportunity to introduce Mr. Xuemo's novel to English reader and open a window for you to have a glimpse to Chinese literature, said Nikki Harman. Yeah. So if you love meaningful story that bring you peace and reflection, this is a must read. And this is a perfect book for readers who love word literature, Asian story, or deeply emotional writing. So yeah, that's nice stuff. Okay. Lobier, nice to meet you. Lobier too, nice to meet you. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Yeah, Mr. Xuemo is really a wise man, a wise writer. Okay, so a lot reader after Mr. Xuemo's book, they got the enlightenment wisdom. They connect with our autism's enlightenment wisdom, and also they also get the wisdom from our autism's book. Okay, so that's why a lot readers out there really share more and power up our life. Okay, and our autism also said that we are the creator of our own world. How can we become the creator of our own world? First, we have to change our mind. Okay, when we face something, hatred, jealousy, and anger, how to transform the negative emotion into the inner peace. So you can, when you read our autism book, okay, you will become calm, peaceful, okay, and joyful. So that is our autism writing. Yeah, Lobier, nice to meet you. Okay, so let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, so some viewers said, how can I take a copy of this book? So you can take this book, Selected Story by Xuemo, on Amazon. So and you can experience the quiet beauty of humanity through the Eastern wisdom and the storytelling. And this book is available in several formats on Amazon. The Audible book only $1 or free with the Audible Premium Plus. Also, we also have the Kindle ebooks on Amazon too. The Kindle ebook of the Selected Story by Xuemo is about $1. It's perfect for instant reading on your device. And the paperback edition is about $21. It's a wonderful choice if you like to a printed copy to keep or as a gift. So if you want to explore the heart of the ancient Zero China and to feel the emotion of people who live, love, and endure, Selected Story by Xuemo is the book for you. So this book is about four short stories, okay, written by Chinese author Xuemo. The first one is Omen Xinjiang, and the second one is Beauty. Beauty is actually the background is about 1990s. 1990s, a girl, a beautiful lady in the countryside. Okay, she just follow most of the people do. She just go into the city and she want to make the money in the city. The most beautiful girl. Okay, and before she go to the city, she learned the Chinese folk song from Ying'er, and then after she skillfully sing the Chinese folk song, she go to the city. But can this beautiful girl find a job in the city? Okay, I'm going to share you the story later. The second story, beauty. Yeah, and after this girl go to Lanzhou, the capital of the Gansu province, because of lack of skill and lack of knowledge, she couldn't find a job in the city. She couldn't find a job in the city. So at that period, she just want to come back home. But when they think about that, okay, she cannot come back home because just she didn't make the money. And then at that moment, she met a man from Beijing, the businessman from Beijing. Yeah, that businessman said, told to the girl, so okay, I love you so much, so I want to settle with you. So even though I just got married, so I will divorce with my wife and remarry to you. And then the beautiful girl, believed what a businessman said, and then they settled down in a little apartment in Lanzhou. So guess what happened next? Guess what happened next? The beauty Lang Lang, she got the dirty illness from the businessman, and then the businessman left her. So because she cannot find a job in the city, and then the beautiful girl just come back to the countryside, and then she get married with a man in the villages, and then the beauty expected that her illness was cured by the medicines, but because her body, her physical is so special, the medicine doesn't work on her dirty illness. On her dirty illness, so the lady was so disappointed and so scared. Okay, during the wedding day, during the wedding night, okay, the beauty she refused to have relationship with her husband, and after her husband noticed his wife got the dirty illness, okay, her husband just want to divorce with him, want to divorce with her, and then her husband said that, so before I divorce with the beauty, I have to I have to I have to go take her to the hospital and retreat a treatment and treat her dirty illness. Yeah. So guess what happened? And then and during the next day and during the past day the days, so we can see a very beautiful pictures in the novels. So a young lady are always waiting for her husband to coming back on the entrance of the villages. So and her husbands will always come back and riding a motorbike. So even though the beauty she cannot cure her dirty illness, okay, but this young couple they love each other very much, yeah. And the end of the story, the beauty just passed away because of dirty illness, okay. And then that is the end of the novel. So if you want to find more details in the book, so you can read the book, okay, you can read the book, and this book was translated by Nikki Harman, okay, writing by Chinese spiritual writer Xuemo. Can you see the background behind me? The background behind me, this gentleman is actually Mr. Xuemo. Mr. Xuemo has written more than 80 titles with over 300 editions and translated into more than 20 languages. Yeah, and the third short story is about the crunching of the block theme at the dead of night. And this book is about after the publication of the Omen Xinjiang, Guardian newspaper published the Omen Xinjiang in the years of 2012, and entitled as the 5 top short story from contemporary China. And then a French reporter wanted to interview our author Xuemo about the ancient zero China. So And this short story is about our author Xuemo taking a conversation, doing the interview with a French reporter, and they're eating the crunching up, they're eating the block beans while talking. Hi, the weirdo, Iris, nice to meet you. Iris, nice to meet you. Okay, this is Louis from Western China. Nice to meet you, Iris. Iris, okay, this is Louis from Western China. I'm here to sharing you the book written by Chinese author Xuemo. So if you want to know the ancient zero China and the third story, the crunching of the block beans at the dead of night is a good novel for you. It's a short story for you, okay? Okay, Iris, okay, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. So, and the last story is about the woman, the camel, and the doves. Okay, this book is about four short stories. Okay, the last one is about two young lady in the rural villages in Western China. They want to make more money to get their freedom, Okay, and these two ladies just go into the desert. They just want to pass the desert to get a job in the salt company on the other side of the desert. So these two ladies, they accompany with a camel and the dogs go into the desert. After when these two ladies lost their camel, so how can these two ladies survive in the desert? So when you read the short story, the women, the camel, and the doves, you will know what happens to them. Yeah. So if you want to find more details, you can read another story, White Tiger Pass. White Tiger Pass, the long novels written by Chinese author Xuemo. Okay. So that is the book of the selected story by Xuemo. And then I'm going to show you another book about the Western China. The Western China is the desert rice. The desert rice. Alice, are you still here? Alice, my friend. Yeah. So this book, Desert Rice, is about a farewell to the vanishing world. It's a farewell to the vanishing world. Yeah. So hi everyone, welcome to our live stream. I'm so happy to you here with me today, okay? So today I want to introduce you a novel that many readers say changed the way they see China. That's Rise, written by award-winning Chinese author Xuemo. The background behind me is actually Mr. Xuemo, yeah? So this book, it took Mr. Xuemo 12 years in total to finish with elaborate care and eventually made him achieve immense literary acclaim and launch his career as a nationally recognized writer. So who is the Desert Rice written for? Who is the Desert Rice written for? Some said it is a requiem for disappearing agriculture civilization. And other readers said it preserved the life and the spirit of entire generation. And still others believe it is a farewell. It is a farewell to history itself. Okay, the book set in Hershey corridor of Gansu province. Desert Rice is one of Mr. Xuemo's most powerful novels. Okay, it brings to life a small farming villages in northwestern China, not through the grand wars of famous heroes, yeah, but through the quiet, enduring strength of ordinary peoples in Western China. The story follows Lao Shun and his family. Lao Shun and his family as they struggle to survive with almost nothing. Yeah, they raise eagle, they train the eagle as hunter for catching the bunnies, for catching the bunnies. They plant the yam, quarrel, love, worship, and man. This simple moment of hunger, laughter, and loss form a moving portrait of humanity's fight to live with dignity, courage, and hope. Yeah, and Mr. Xuemo once said, I just want to leave something behind, evidence that we once lived. And that's exactly what Desert Rise does. It preserves the show of a disappearing world and reminds us that even the smallest life carry infinite meaning. Mrs. Xuemo spent 20 years, from the age of 25 to 46, creating what is not known as the desert trilogies. The desert trilogies is about the desert rise, desert hunter, and the white tiger pass. Yeah. So, and the desert rise is the first born from the desert trilogies. Yeah. Through Mr. Xuemo's writing, in this book, we feel the past of China's vast western land, the endless horizons, the cruel beauty of the desert, and the quiet strength of the people who live there. As his translator, Professor Sibyl Lin beautifully said, Mr. Xuemo's novel carry the flavor of Western violence. They let foreign readers experience both the brutality and the beauty of life in the in the desert. So for Western reader who love the grace of wrath of 100 years of solitude, Desert Rise offer the same timeless power. The story of human endurance, love, and the quiet heroism of ordinary life. Yeah, and the book opened a door into a vanishing world where traditions, song, and the simple joys are fading. Yet through Schumer's writing, they live forever. So if you're looking something authentic, poetic, and spiritually powerful, so you can get your copy of the Desert Rise today, okay, on Amazon. It is available both in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon. So this book, Desert Rise, is more than a novel. It's more than a novel. It's a piece of living history, a window into the soul of China's desert people, and tribute to life itself. So this book has been gotten into TV series in the years of 2010. Yeah. So one of my friend from Canada couldn't stop praising after reading The Desert Rise. And he told me that he was deeply moved. The emotion in this book felt so delicate, so real. He said that this is the first time I was truly stepped into China through a story. Adao, my friend, he is ethnically Chinese. His grandfather immigrated from China to Canada, and he grew up reading the books about China written mostly by Western authors. The Desert Rise was the first book by a Chinese writer that he had ever read, a book about the real life, struggle, and the spirit of the Chinese people. He also said the translator, Mr. Holt Goldberg, Mr. Holt Goldberg and Mrs. Sibyl Lin beautifully preserve Mr. Xuemo's deep emotions in the book, and his love and longing for his homeland. That authenticity made him feel completely in love with our author Xuemo's writing. So that's the book, that's the rise. So some reader told me that they said that okay, they can learn the training skill, the skill of training the eagle as hunter in this book. You know that Lao Shun's family, and this book is about Lao Shun and his family. Okay, Lao Shun's family, they have about how many people? Okay, they are about okay, Lao Shun and Lao Shun's wife, and Lao Shun's add the the elder son, and the second son, and the youngest son, and also about Lao Shun's daughter-in-law, the daughter-in-law, and Lao Shun's grandson. So okay, so when you read the Desert Rise, Okay, you just see the histories in 1990s in Western China. So you can through the forbidden love affair from the book, and also they fight each other for the water, and a lot of things happens in this book. Okay, so you know that as the daughter-in-law of Lao Shen, or as a daughter-in-law of Lao Shen, Ying Er, uh, she married to her dao husband. Her husband is due to the physical disability, disability, and Ying she fell in love with her husband's youngest brother. Yeah, and during the midnight when her husband go to sleep, okay, and Ying have some go dating with her husband's youngest brother. Go dating with her husband's youngest brother. So this book, okay, is about a lot of this kind of histories in Western China. Okay, the reality in Western China, rural villages in Western China. So, and also, our author said that his writing, he just want to beneficial to the all the sentient beings. Actually, after the publication of this book in the years of 2000, so the Chinese government canceled the tax for the Chinese farmer. Okay, you know that in this book, our author also describe describe the Chinese farmer pay the tax to the government. Yeah, vividly describe the farmer pay the tax for the Chinese government. I also have this kind of experience when I was a very little boy. When I was a very little boy, yeah. How to say that? How to say that? My parents took me to pay the tax to the government. Yeah. So as the farmers in China, we have to select the best rice for the tax. Even though we select the best rice for the tax, and sometimes the governors will make the obstacle to the farmers. So we have to wait in a long line, long queue to pay the tax. And sometimes even we did even though the rights are the best, and then the governor also made an obstacle to us be, because we didn't pay the pocket money to the government. So after the publication of this bill, the Chinese government canceled the tax for the farmers. Okay, this is the first warrant of the desert rice. Can you imagine that our author Xuemo take totally 12 years to write this book? Okay, during these 12 years, Mr. Xuemo wake up at 3 a.m. until 11 p.m. Yeah, during 12 years, our author Xuemo write the desert rice again and again. So last month, our author Xuemo took all the handwriting notebooks of the desert rice to the academy. So when we saw the handwriting notebooks of the desert rice, it's about can you imagine how many boxes of the handwriting notebooks of the desert rice? It's more than 10 boxes. More than 10 boxes of the handwriting books of the desert rice. Yeah. So our author said that he write the desert rice, he write from one character and one character to finish this book, desert rice. Yeah. And in our author must wake up 3 a.m. and then start the meditation and after the meditation he will do the writing, and then also do the meditation and writing. So At that period, Mr. Xuemo was a Chinese teacher in primary school. In primary school, yeah. So can you imagine that as a teacher in primary school, he just insist on 12 years to write a novel. That's right. In China, there is a saying that is a legend. There is a legend for a man to make a short for 10 years. But in our author Xuemo's life, that is the reality. Our author Xuemo used 12 years, more than 10 years to write a novel. Yeah. So, and after you read the book and you can feel that our author Xuemo's handwriting is so beautiful. Okay, it's so beautiful. The sentence in the books are so beautiful. And also, you know that Mr. Xuemo was born in a small villages in rural Mr. Xuemo was born in small rural villages in Western China. And then, as a boy, he dreamed of become a writer in future. He dreamed of begin writing mm, the the books beneficial to the sentient beings. And then, in our autism's childhood, Mr. Xuemo couldn't find any other books, only the school textbooks on his villages. Only the school textbooks could be found in Mr. Xuemo's villages. And our author Xuemo got the nourishment and knowledge from the story told by his mother. And also, the Chinese folk song. The Chinese folk song, okay? So the Chinese folk song was sung by the blind man, okay, and playing some kind of musicians, the musical instruction is we call that 商贤子, okay, okay, and our autism's life was deeply influenced by the Chinese folk song, and then can you imagine that our autism's novel can also sing with the Chinese folk song? So you can read the book and sing as the Chinese folk song style to read our author Xuemo's book. Yeah. So that's the power of our author Xuemo's writing. Yeah. So after the desert rise, our author Xuemo start to write another novels about the desert hunter. The desert hunter. So as far as you know, Mr. Xuemo take all totally 20 years to write the desert trilogies, from the age of 25 to 46. Yeah, and the second volume of the desert trilogies is about the desert hunter. The desert hunter, okay, some readers said that if one day the earth was destroyed, and this book will tell how it happens, it means that after the earth was destroyed, after reading the desert hunter, we can find the secret why the earth was destroyed. Yeah, Desert Hunter is a full-length novel by Xuemo, centered on Meng Baye, a repentant elderly hunter. The work starts with a poaching incident and tells a serious story, including the bloody struggle between two groups of the herdsmen overportrayed in Western China. So the Desert Hunter presents the living scenes of a collective group, focusing on the conflict and integration beneath these scenes. However, its impact is not achieved through the up and down of the story plot, but through an overall and powerful visual impact. The author Xuemo doesn't intend to shape a single individual life. Instead, by faithfully recording the life of a generation of people, Mr. Xuemo aimed to tell the world, even history, that during a certain historical period, a generation lived in this way. So after the publication of the Desert Trilogies, okay, a lot of critics said Mr. Xuemo is the Chinese Tolstoy. Mr. Xuemo is the Chinese Tolstoy. Yeah. So life in the Desert Hunter unfold around a single well in the desert. Okay, this single well in the desert is actually the oasis in the desert. That fits very well The pig's burial is the source of survival for the herdsmen and their land from two opposing camps, north and south of the Galilee. Yeah, when the water was abundant, the people live in harmony. When the people dries up, the people slaughter each other. So in Western China, you know that here, because a lot of water, the water research is very limited. So the people in Western China, they always found to each other to take the control of the water. Yeah, for the herdsmen, they all find to each other to take the control of the meadow or the grass. Yeah. So why the people just find to each other? They just want to survive. They just want to survive without water. The farmers and the herdsmen in Western China, they cannot survive. They cannot survive. Okay, for the herdsmen, without the grass and the meadow, they cannot survive. Yeah. Hi, Olivia. Olivia, nice to meet you. Hi, this is Louis from Western China. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Olivia, have you ever subscribed our channel? If you don't, please subscribe our channel for more updates and for more wisdom books. So, for example, in this book, the causes of Xixia Kingdom, so our author Xuemo write details about how the people to take control of the water. And the story is according to the real story. It happens in Mr. Xuemo's villages. In the years of about 1960s, the people in these villages, in Mr. Xuemo's villages, want to take control of the water with another villages. Yeah. So and that's the only time our autonomous villages win the battle to take control of the water. So a lot of old men, when they talk about this story, they feel they feel proud about that details. So you know that Myanmar's villages is smaller than another villages. So during the fight to take control of the water, so Mr. Schumer's villages always fall. Okay, okay, Mr. Schumer's village always lost the control lost the control to take the river, yeah, and then the leader of the village give the villagers an opinion. Is that so we can kill an old man, and we can kill an old man in the river, and then we said that the old man was killed by another villager, and then we can win the battle to take the control of the water. So one man, he is a very great son, and his mother was almost dying, and then during the midnight, okay, he carried her mother to the villages, in the band of the villages, okay, just near another villages, and kill her mother in the midnight. Okay, and the next day morning, all the villages just go to another village. Said that they kill their villages. For example, you kill our village's old man, so you have to give us to take control of the river. So a lot of people are so proud are telling this story. So when our author Xuemo heard about that story, our author feels so sad and so hurt about that. Yeah. So that is the reality in Western China. The people want to take the control of the water because the water, without the water, they cannot survive. Yeah. So also the desert hunters. Okay, the desert hunters, the people just found to each other, just want to take the control of the water. The pigs very well. They all age in the desert. So According to this book, the oases in the desert are full of waters. The water was abundant. Yeah, have many grass. But last year I told the director to travel up at the peaks very well because this book will get movies in August. This book will get movies in August. So when I told the director to travel to the peaks very well, do you know what happens? I cannot see any waters right here. I can see any grass right here. I only find the sand and a dry well with nothing. Okay? So when the water dries up, the herdsmen slaughter each other. Now the water table has dropped below 100 meters, and the thirsty land has begun to drink the human urine and the cow's blood. To survive, the herdsman life or death struggle unfold like a real-life Western China blockbuster. And many thieves came down from the Chilean mountain, sneaking into the desert to poach, which alarmed the provincial authorities. Over 100 police officers conducted several searches in the desert, but ultimately found nothing. The police station assigned Meng Baye, an experienced elderly hunter, and Meng Zi, a brave, capable young hunter, to go deep into the desert to track down the poachers. So these two hunters took their Tibetan mastiff with them. After arriving at the peace very well, the two hunters are settled down with Huozi, the well keeper. The well keeper. Do you know what's the meaning of Huozi? It means then the man just with a bunny mouth, the bunny mouth. Okay, there's a hole on his tip right here, the bunny mouth. Yeah. These two hunter, they are settled down with the well keeper Huozi and waiting for the poacher to appear. So during these two herdsmen, during these two hunters settled down with the herdsman, with the well keeper, the young hunter fell in love with the well keeper's wife. Yeah, the well keeper's wife was the only woman in the pig's belly well. Yeah, yeah. And she was born and coquettish and often daring design in different men. Yeah, based on the tip off, the police officer set up an ambush in the mountain, and Meng Baye and the plainclothes police lay in waiting in the jungle all the night. But the poachers never showed up. Among the poaching raiders was a man named Yao Zi. Yao in Chinese, it means the sparrow hawk. Yeah, and now as a cracked shark and extremely cunning. Hi viewer, even welcome to our live stream. Okay, this is Louis from Western China. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. At that times, Yao Zi and Zhang Wu, the poachers, have already arrived at the peaks very well. The coast learning Yao Zi fascinated with Huozi's wife, which aroused the young hunter's resentment. So the young hunter picked a fight and challenges Yao Zi to a wrestling match. Yeah, you know that in Western China, here is very near Mongolia. It's very near Mongolia. The people here, half of them are the farmer, half of them are the herdsmen, and some people in the morning, in the daytime, they are the farmers, and during the nighttime, they are the herdsmen. So this area, some people are the herdsmen, some people are the farmer. So they also have a wrestling match. The wrestling match here is very popular. Yeah. So during the wrestling match, breaking the poacher reader's bone in the process. Yeah. So the poachers was eager to take the poacher reader to the city for bone setting treatment. Yeah, as soon as the poachers left, Mung Ba Ye, the elderly hunter, and the police and the policeman disguised as Muslim arrived. Another near miss. So here in this city, so I live in Mr. Xuemo's hometown, Xuemo Academy right here. So I can always saw a lot Muslim. They're driving a truck from one village to another villages to do the business with the lamb, with the herdsman. So they will buy the lamb. Okay, I interview one Muslim when they do the business with the lamb. I ask them how much does a lamb cost, and he told me that a little lamb, the little lamb is more expensive than the sheep, than the adult sheep. Yeah, the little lamb is about 700 RMB for one. Okay, 700 RMB for one. Yeah, and the bigger one is not so expensive. It's much cheaper than the little lamb. Yeah. So, and the Muslim are doing the business with the lamb. Okay, they will sell the fur of the lamb. Okay, a lot of things. Yeah. So here, the meat of the sheep is much cheaper in my hometown. So, for example, 1 kilometers, 1 kilogram, 1 kilograms meat of the lamb is about 52 yuan. 52 yuan. In my hometown, 1 kilogram of the lamb meat is about 120. 120. Yeah, it's here the lamb meat is much cheaper. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the bull. So after the poachers left the pig's belly well, and the policeman cannot arrest the poachers, so the two young hunters come back to the villages. Okay, when these two young hunters come back, return to the villages, and then there's something happens in the southeast of southern mountain. Yeah. So you know that in this city, the south part and the east part and the west part are the Chilean mountain, and the north of the city is the Tenga Desert. So it means that here, Mr. Xuemo's hometown is in the Gobi Desert. It's very near the desert right here, and then the poachers set up the nest again in the southern mountain to hunt the animals. And one girl was killed by the poachers while she was trying to protect the deer. Yeah. So, and when the girl was killed by the poacher, and then the girl's father, Aka, performed the celestial burial for his daughter. You know that the people live in the mountain in Gansu province. Okay, the people live in the mountains in Gansu province. They are Tibetan. They're Tibetans. So the celestial burial. The celestial burial is the Tibetan people to do that. It means that after the people pass away, they will clean their body and then put their body to roll into a white cloth and carry the body into the pit of the mountain. Let the eagle eat the body. That is the celestial burial. Okay, that's the celestial burial. So in the temple, where a white deer was enshrined, the lamas was holding a fire ritual, and the poachers brought into the temple to find the white deer, dragging the lama one by one from the scripture hall to the kanya and beaten the lama. So the llama are being beaten in the mud and rain, continue to chant the sutras and mantras. So, do you know that why our author Xuemo got an idea to write this book? Yeah, just because, just because when our author Xuemo read the newspaper, read the news in the newspaper, he said that there is a white deer in there's a white temple, there's a white body in Huazhang temple in Gansu province in Wei city. Yeah, and our author Xuemo got an idea to write this book. That's a hunter. That's a hunter. Yeah. So also in this book, Mr. Sherman write the wolf just as a human. Okay. So our author Sherman's writing, our author Sherman has the power to writing the animals. For example, in this book, our author Sherman write the wolf so vividly, just as a person. And for example, the novel of the White Fox Ridge, White Fox Ridge. Our author write the camel just as a human. Yeah. So how can our author write the animals vividly? Okay, how can our author write the man vividly? So just because our author told us that there is a writing skills. So before that, we have to do some training. We have to do some spiritual training. Okay, the training to make us selflessness. Selflessness. That's very very important. So from the from the Oriental wisdom, yeah, from the Oriental philosophy, okay. So the human beings is a little universe, and the nature is a giant is a giant universe. So when the people after the spiritual training, okay, and we got the stage of selflessness, so the human universe, okay, can combine with the nature universe as one. So at that moment, you can write anything you want. For example, if you want, if you are, for example, if our author are writing the wolf, okay, the writer will become the wolf. So if our authors are writing about the camel, the writers will become the camel. Yeah. So in this book, our authors write a mother wolf. A mother wolf. Okay. The mother wolf is, and because her fur is gray, and our authors call her the mother wolf of gray. The mother wolf of gray, she have about three babies. Three babies. Yeah. So the mother wolf, okay, will sleep. We use her tongue to sleep the baby wolf's eyes after the baby wolf was born, and the mother wolf has to sleep the baby wolf's eyes lips as soon as possible, and then the mother wolf cannot sleep his little boy's eye sleep. Okay, and then her little boy become a bland wolf, a bland wolf. Yeah. One day, the mother wolf threw their baby wolves to drink the water at the pig's berry well, and then during the midnight, the hunter killed his baby wolf by accident. So after the mother wolf found that her baby was missing, okay, and the mother wolf get crazy, and he still keep calm, and she still keep calm. You know that her husband was killed by the poachers. Her husband was killed by the poachers, and her husband is the king of the wolf. Even though her husband is the king of the wolf, and her husband was also killed by the poachers. Yeah. So she know that she have to keep calm if she want to revenge to the herdsman. Yeah. And do you know that? And after the mother wolf found that her baby was killed by the herdsman, and then and then the mother was seeking revenge to kill the lamb in the in the pig's burial. So how do we know the wolf are seeking revenge? Yeah, how do we know the wolf are seeking revenge? Just because sometimes if the wolf was angry, the wolf they won't they didn't eat the lamb. They only eat the mice in the desert. Okay, they only eat the mice in that desert. You know that the mice are making the hole in the desert and destroying the earth on the desert. So in Western China, the people call the wolf are the dogs of the earth god or the earth god. Yeah. So it means that the wolves are protecting the earth in the desert. So many times the wolf didn't eat the lamb. Yeah, didn't eat the lamb. So if the wolf cannot find any food, okay, they will eat one lamb. So and the wolf's revenge is just like that. And the wolf go to into the pig's burial and kill a lot of lamb. Just by the neck of the lamb. Just by the neck of the lamb and kill one by one. Kill hundreds of lamb. And then a lot of herdsmen are sad and nervous and get nervous about that the lamb will be killed by the wolf. And only one herdsman are so happy. Are so happy. So that is the main character of the movie of the Desert Hunter. So I read the script. I read the script of the Desert Hunter of the movies, of the movie of the Desert Hunters. Yeah. So the main character is an herdsman. That herdsman, his Chinese name is called Hei Gaozhi. So do you know what is the meaning of Hei Gaozhi in English? Hei Gaozhi, it means the black lamb. The black lamb. So do you know that all the lamb in Western China are white, and that husband, his name is called Hei Gaozhi. So what is the meaning of Hei Gaozhi, black lamb? So it means that these herdsmen are so different from the other herdsmen. Okay, she was the only herdsman was exciting and happy when the lamb was killed. Okay, and he told to the herdsman that red nose, okay, because the red nose, 红鼻红梁, okay, his lamb was killed by the wolf, yeah, and then he was so exciting. Hey Gaozi, he said, hey, red nose, so I will use my lamb to exchange your lamb body. Is that okay? And that, of course, the red nose is so happy to accept that. Okay. So after the exchange of the lamb body, okay, Hei Gaozi, he just don't want to be a herdsman anymore. Do you know why? Do you know why the Hei Gaozi, he didn't want to become a herdsman? He is the only herdsman in the villages, read a lot of books, go to school. He's the only herdsman go to school. Yeah. And he dreamed of get the further education in the city. And he didn't want to become a herdsman just like his father and his mother. And after his parents know that, he used the lamb to exchange the lamb body. Okay, Hagar was seriously beaten by his parents, and his parents were so angry and burned all Hagar's books and burned all Hagar's books. So there is a story. There's a story about the herdsman. There's a cycle. Okay, there's a cycle about the herdsman. So a reporter interviewed the herdsman, a little boy. Okay, or a reporter got an interview to a little boy. The boy is the herdsman's son. Okay, so and the reporter asked the boy, "Hey boy, what do you want to do when you grow up?" He said that I want to become a herdsman. So and the reporter continued answer, continue ask his questions. So after you become a herdsman, and what do you want to do? He said that I want to make money. And after you have the money, and what will you do? He said that I want to marry a girl. After you marry a girl, and what will you want to do? He said that I want to have a son. I want to have a son. So after you have the son, and what you want your son to do? And the boy said, I want to make my son a herdsman. Can you see that? That is a circle. That is a circle. So through this story, you can see that, okay, our parents' future, our parents' today is our future. So if you want to break the destiny, if we want to change our destiny, so we have to change the mind, and then take actions, and they take the actions become the wave of our life, and then our destiny it will be changed too. So that's the story of the herdsman. Okay, the wolf seeking revenge to kill a lot of them. Yeah, and then and then also the poachers, the poachers, wipe out the wolf den, and the wolves seeking revenge to more Yao's entire family. Yao is the poacher leader. Yeah. So, and this time the poachers arrive at the pig's belly whale. The poachers want to settle the score with the elderly hunter Mumbai. During the fight, the Tibetan mastiff saved its owner, Mumbai. And then the police officer just arrived in time with the plainclothes police arresting all the poachers. So that's not the end of the story. So the end of the story is just like that. So you know that the water are becoming little and little in the pig's belly whale. So the whale keeper want to find more waters. So the whale keeper come down to the whale and to dig deeper to find more water, and by accidentally. So the whale, okay, the whale, okay, the whale keeper was killed in the whale. So after the whale keeper was killed, the herdsmen from two camps north and south of the Gully fought fiercely over the pig's belly whale. They just want to take the control of the pig's belly whale. They just want to take the control of the water, leaving several dead and injured. So Mumbai performed the ceremony of thanking of hunting god, throwing his rifle into the fire, which had accompanied with him for decades. So in 1990s, so a lot of poachers go to the desert, go to Tibetan region for hunting, for poaching. Yeah. So have you ever saw the movie of Kirkasili? Or that's also a poaching movie. Okay. about the poaching movie, yeah. So in this book, our author Xuemo also talk about the backgrounds about the old age of the desert piece very well, and then the poacher, the herdsman, and the hunter all together, okay, show us what happens in the desert hunter in the Tangle Desert, yeah. So a lot of readers said that even though they never step into the desert, after reading the Desert Rise, Desert Hunter, they can feel that they are in the desert. They were they were in the desert through reading this book. Yeah. So let's talk about that. Why the hunter performed the ceremony of thanking of the hunting god. In Western China, the people think all the anything has its god. Anything has its god. For example, the kitchen god, okay, the road god, and something just like the earth god. Yeah, a lot of things we have the god. Even though the window has the god too. So in Western China, we cannot cross the window to go outside, okay? Because there's a god in the window. We cannot cross the window, yeah? So there is some kind of respect. And living in this way, okay? Our Authorship's mother, our Authorship's mother, she was always believed that the dying peoples are live with them, are living with in their family. So anytime when they have a dinner, they will set an empty bowl to take the rice and take the noodles and take the chopsticks uh, in an empty seat. Yeah. So before Mr. Sherman's mother eating, he will take some noodles on the table. He will put some noodles and some food on the table. Okay. He said that this is the food for the dying people in he, in her house. Yeah. So that's some kind of peoples in Western China. Yeah. Okay, that's the customs in Western China. So sometimes when I eat, for example, I remember I have experience live with Mr. Sherman's mother, take care of Mr. Sherman's mother. So Mr. Sherman's mother was so kind. Okay, she always give us the watermelon to eat during the summer. During the summer, so when I eat the watermelon, yeah. So sometimes the watermelon just falling down in the floor. Okay. Uh, do you know what does Mr. Schumer's mother said? He said, okay, take the food to the people who want to eat. Take the food to the people who want to eat. It's okay. Eat another one. Okay. Just because the people in her house just want to eat the watermelon. So and the watermelon fall into the floor. Yeah. So there's a lot of kind of stories in Western China. Yeah. So after the pigs very well, after the keep after the red keeper was died, yeah, the pigs very well was soon destroyed, not by the raging shifty sand, not by the sandstorm, but by the human infighting. To seize this well, people blinded by greed and lost their sanity and went mad and abandoned all conscience. This small well profoundly reflects the good and evil in human nature. Yeah, as the saying goes, calamity sent by heaven can be endured, but a disaster caused by human leave no way to survive. This single well is not longer just a well. It represents a matter of life and death for all humanity. So our authorship was always said, only a change of our mind can prevent people from becoming prey on the spiritual hunting ground of their own mind. Yeah. So this is the book, That's a Hunter. That's a Hunter, written by Chinese author Xuemo. So this book was translated by Mr. Holt Gobler and Sybil Richard Lin. Yeah. The famous psychology of Nobel Prize winning translator. Yeah. So the Desert Hunter, you can also find the Desert Hunter on Amazon. It's available in both the printed version and the Kindle ebook on Amazon. The Desert Hunter. So I'm so lucky that I got a chance to take the director to find the sceneries, the movie director to find the sceneries for this book, Desert Hunter. Yeah. So if you want to know more about the details, I suggest you to take a copy of this book for reading, written by Chinese author Xuemo, The Desert Trilogies, the second volume of the Desert Trilogies. And the last volume of the Desert Trilogies is about White Tiger Pass. White Tiger Pass. Yeah. White Tiger Pass is actually in Gansu province. There is a pass in western China. Okay, okay. I heard to our author Xuemo and our author Xuemo's nephew. They told me that. Okay, so the White Tiger Pass is actually the Double Dragon Pass, the Double Dragon Pass. Okay, so let's continue to talk about the White Tiger Pass. Okay, so if you love the meaningful story that explores courage, love, and the strength of women, you're going to enjoy this section. Today, let's dive into one of the most powerful novels in Xuemo's Desert Trilogies, White Tiger Pass. White Tiger Pass is a deeply moving story about three women living in the vast Gobi Desert of China. Yeah, through their struggle, pain, and love, the novel reveals how the human spirit can shine even in the hardest conditions. It is not just a story; it is a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and hope. And every page carries the emotions, wisdom, and the beauty of life's strength. Through the prism of three young village women, Lang Lang, Ying'er, and Yu'er, White Tiger Pass recount their daily life as they laugh and cry, love and hate, just like any human does. The novel masterfully dives into the inner world of its characters. Yeah, deconstructing the complexity of human experience, such as useful love, memory, regret, waiting, rebellion, fear, despair, self-redemption, and heartfelt conversations. All these elements together paint a vivid picture of the plight of the woman in the rural regions of China amid the social change in 1990s, showcasing the resilient spirit and unwilling to succumb to destiny. Yeah. So through this book, you will know that what happens in 1990s in Western China. So a lot of readers out there, after reading this book, they will know what happens during 1990s. So when we talk about this book, we have to talk about the figure in this book, Ying'er. Ying'er, she is a fictional character in Xuemo's novel, White Tiger Pass. The story centers on her forbidden love affair with Ling Wang, her husband's youngest brother. As the daughter-in-law of Lao Shun, she was forced to marry with her dull-witted husband, who suffered from a physical disability due to the custom of exchange marriages. Do you know the exchange marriages in Western China? Do you know the exchange marriages in Western China? Yeah. The exchange marriage is about that when a man when a man cannot afford the marriages. Okay, so if he have a sister, and then her sister will get married to another family, and another family's daughter will get married with the single man, so that is exchange marriages. Yeah, that's the exchange marriages. So after her dream, after Ying's her dream was shattered, and she was pressured by her mother into remarriage to a butcher. So you know that in Western China, the butcher, even though the butcher is so rich, and then the people in Western China didn't respect the butchers. They saw that just because the butcher killed a lot of animals, killed a lot of pig, killed a lot of cow, killed a lot of lamb. So the people in Western China, they thought the butcher's son just a number, okay? So Ying'er was pressured by her mother into remarriage to a butcher. Throughout her life, throughout her life, she was always regarded as a tool for reproduction and a bargaining chips in transaction. While working at the salt company, she endured the objectified gaze of men. Upon returning home, Ying'er witnessed her mother's despicable act of sacrificing her daughter's happiness to secure her brother's marriages. Gradually, her mental state collapsed. She expressed her deep longing for Lingguang through traditional folk song choir. Yet the constraint of the ethics and the oppression of reality and turned this love into a holy obsession. This woman, who once defined suffering with romantic idea, ultimately took her own life after being forced into another marriage, using her death to condemn feudal ethics and gather oppression. Her tragedy reflects the collective fate of rural women in that area. Ying'er was Lao Sun's daughter-in-law, and she loved Lingguang, her husband's youngest brother, who was the fire of the hope in her life, her reason to look forward. However, Lingguang left her for the city, so she could only confine her longing for him through Hua, the Chinese folk song. Okay, Ying'er sing the Chinese folk song like this: on the white paper, I write a black character. On the yellow paper, I stamp a seal. When you earn the money, bring me a smile. When you have no money, bring me a block of cloth. When you still love me, come and see your last. Hi, Wanda, Water, nice to meet you. Water, nice to meet you. Okay. Okay, how's anything, my friend? I'm so happy you're here with me. Okay. This is Louis from Western China. I'm here to share you the book about how to show the expression. Okay, so you have to find that the word is a reflection of the mind. Okay, I have a book for you. You can read this book. Okay, my friend. So you know that anything is impermanent. Anything, you have to know the reality of the world. Anything is impermanent. Yeah. So if you want to show the depression, you have to find that there's nothing impermanent in our life. Yeah. So you can, through this book, the world is a reflection of the mind, and you can find the answer. And you can find the answer through this book. So a lot of reader get rid of the depression from this book. Okay. Water, okay, if have you ever subscribed our channel? If you're new here, please subscribe our channel for more updates and for more wisdom book. Yeah. So, okay, if you want to show your depression, so that is a okay. Yeah. So, do you know that Liliana? So the Liliana Asoska, the Spanish translator. Okay, she also got the depressions in the years of 2020, just because her mother just passed away, and then she got a depression, and then she translated this book. After she finished her translation, okay, and her depression was shown by translating of this book. So that's the power of this book. And Liliana Asoska always said, this book is a life-saving book. Okay, it's for anyone who want to show the depression, who just go in the tough periods in their life. And through reading this book, you can find the clarity through reading this book. Okay. Water. Okay. I have to go. Okay, my friend. God bless you too, my friend. God bless you too. So, water. So, have you ever subscribed our channel? I have to go, my friend. So, if you're new here, you can subscribe our channel. We can share you more guidance from the book. Okay, more guidance in the book. Also, you can take this book. You can take this book from Tamil. Tamil can find this book. Okay. So, okay, water, I have to go, okay? I have to go, okay? Have a nice day. God bless you, my friend. Yeah, wish you a happy day every day. Yeah, I have to go, okay? See you. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Can you see the background behind me? Can you see the background behind me? This gentleman is actually Mr. Xuemo. The author of the work is the reflection of the mind. Mr. Xuemo, yeah. Mr. Xuemo has written more than 80 titles with over 300 editions and translated into more than 20 languages, yeah. So let's continue to talk about the book, okay? So, okay, have a nice day. I have to go, okay? See you. Have a nice day, my friend. Goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe our channel for more updates and for more wisdom book, okay? I have to go.